And external profit fills your bank account, and internal profit fills your heart account. Now, Johnny Chandler, is it possible to do both? See, Johnny Chandler was in the room with me yesterday. He was physically in the room watching me do what y'all saw online yesterday. And he would tell you I had a blast doing it. It is possible to fill the internal bank account and the external bank account at the exact same time, folks. Okay? It doesn't have to be miserable. It doesn't have to be hard. It can be meaningful and profitable. Okay? That's what he got to see in person, up close to me, 10 feet away from me. As I was having the time of my life, there's no other place in the world I'd rather been than right there with you guys yesterday, coaching and pouring into you and helping you get increase. Because when you get increase, it fills my internal bank account. I'm like, now that's awesome. So the objective here is to use your purpose. Once I know it, purpose is exchange of talent to solve a problem. It is to use your purpose to help other people solve their problems. I use my purpose to create profits, internal and external, by leveraging my talents. Talents were given to you at birth. They're birthday gifts. They have to be found. They have to be located. They have to be refined. They have to be utilized. They have to be put into action, or they do not create value for other people. So I leverage my talents to solve a problem. Okay? That's what I'm trying to do. Now, if you remember yesterday, I invited you to take an action. And I said, look, this has been great. I have loved every second of working with you. But 2 days with me for 4 hours or 6 hours or 8 hours is not going to move the needle in your life. Just like I told the young man this morning. What's going to move your life is mastery of a concept. What's going to move your life is a structure. It's a system. It's proximity. It's like me coming in and coaching you for a cycle of time. Okay? So what I walked through yesterday was what I call the monster producer method. This method is the exact method I use every day to produce millions of dollars a year in revenue. Okay? It's a method I have created. I've written books on it. I've taught it to solopreneurs all the way up to companies, billion-dollar companies. And the method looks like this. Got 8 components to it. And it's step by step. You can't, it's like you got to understand the whole method. You can't have parts of it, okay? It can't be fragmented. You got to understand that there's no confusion here. The purpose of the business is to produce a customer. It is to double our income. It is to try to move toward our B. So the method looks like this. Number 1, identity. You got to become the person who doubles their production. This is identity. So when I start this 8-week series, coached by me every week, the first thing I'm going to do is go to work on your identity. And I'm going to teach you how I develop such a strong concept of confidence, of belief in myself. Okay? I'm going to teach you a method on how I have developed this confidence and boldness. And it has a lot to do with identity, how I talk to myself. Okay? And I've been coached by some of the top psychologists in the world. And they've taught me how to take a negative, convert to a positive. They've taught me how to quickly put a spirit of thought. They've taught me how to go live in a success cycle versus a sewer cycle. They've taught me how not to go to negative town, how not to live in anxiety, how not to go from fantasizing to catastrophizing. But more importantly, what they've taught me is language. So what, now what? I am a person of interest. People are counting on me to show up and grow up and deliver. I'm the best at what I do in the world. See, you have got to become a person of interest. And that is what session 1 will be about. You got to become a person that could double your production without doubling your work ethic. I'm going to get into quantum leap thinking, which is a new thing I'm teaching that I haven't taught in any other program. I'm going to show you how you don't have to go step by step by step. You can actually quantum leap jump. See, I called Rob Luna, who's on Fox Business every week. He's one of my good friends. And I said, look, man, who says I got to have one greatness factor before I have 20? Why can't I just have 20? Why can't I go quantum leaps? And he's like, well, if you got an economic model and people believe in it, people think it could work, you could technically have 20 before you had the first one up. See, that's quantum leap thinking. See, I'm gonna work on that in session 1, identity, quantum leap thinking, how to double your production without doubling your work ethic. Okay, because I've worked 80 hours a week. I know what that looks like. I want to produce double or triple or even 10 times the amount of revenue with not as much work. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, we're going to spend a week. This may be one of the most powerful things you'll ever do, teaching you the 6 frameworks of how to explain your value and how to become a person of interest for my best-selling book, Person of Interest. Now, guess what happens when you become a person of interest? People are reaching out to you. People are calling you. In any given day, you can't see her right now, but Tori Beth Nelson's right over there. She handles my schedule right now. And all day long, many times what she's doing is handling requests for me to speak, be on a Zoom, do a meeting, be at an event, go to Mexico and speak. Like what she does all day, every day almost, is handle incoming demand for me to do something. Not me chasing people down and trying to convince them to do business with me. It's through the videos I do and the podcasts I do and the book tour I'm on and the book I'm about to write. See, what happens is I want to teach you how to be a person of interest so that you're not chasing. Is that people can send in requests to you and you go, yeah, I'd like to do that. No, I don't want to do that. Yes, I want to do that. Okay. So I got to show you how to position yourself as an expert based on your unique skill set. And when you get people on the phone, as soon as I get done, I'm talking to a multi-billion-dollar mortgage company in just a few minutes, and they want to book me to be their keynote speaker to all of their sales reps. And I have a chance to explain my value. Thank you. This is what I believe. This is why I believe it. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to make it the best conference you've ever had. How do we make this work today? Let's get it under contract and let me get down there to see you. See, that's what we want. We want incoming demand. We don't want to chase people. And it's taken me a number of years to develop that philosophy. I wrote a book on it called Person of Interest. That's what I'll be teaching in week number 2. Week 3, this one, it gets down to tactical, very tactical. I got to create leads and opportunities. There's about 12 different strategies that I use to generate thousands of leads for my business. If I was a financial advisor, if I was an insurance agent, if I was a real estate broker, if I was a health coach, no matter what I did for a living, here's what I would tell you. This is what I would be doing. Everything I'm currently doing. And I'm going to show you in week 3. This is how I generate. This is how I use the book that I gave away for free to generate 3,000 leads. This is how I use my new book to generate 10,000 leads. This is how I use webinars to generate hundreds of leads. See, 1,550 people signed up for this event. 1,550 signed up for this event. That's 1,550 people to call, talk to, engage with. Okay? So I got to show you how to create a friggin' leads machine that you got more than you can handle. My number one thing right now is hire enough salespeople who can close all the deals. I got a new problem. It's not a lead problem. It's a conversion problem. Okay. So that's in week number 3. Week number 4, we move into the selling system.